So today we'll be starting a new What If called What If Naruto What If Deku was OP Part 0. So we start off a few years before Deku was born. This is gonna be the world building part. So in this world there are quirks, but there's also mutants and there's also let me see, Soul Reapers. No, not Soul Reapers. There's also quirks and mutants, and there's also Infinity Stones in this one. And there's also let me see. There's also Celestials. Yeah, Celestials. So thousands of years ago, all these three races lived in harmony: the mutants, the humans, and Celestials. But the mutants and humans start to breed with each other, creating the demi-mutants, creating more mutants, and these mutants were stronger than the original mutants. But the Celestials, seeing that, they would think they're too good for that. Except one. He would be the King of Celestials. He would not show this, but he actually liked a mutant girl. And I'm in my closet recording this because, anyways, he would like a mutant girl. They have a child. His name would be Izuku. And the flashback, Izuku will be born in this state. What did I mean in this state? That means the power. That means, like, you see that black frames? This is his abilities. His abilities are the ability to control the dead, the ability to revive the dead, the ability to use holy magic, the ability to use demon magic, the ability to use any type of magic, and he has the ability that he can control anything. Not reality, like any living thing and non-living thing, he can control it. Those are his abilities that he has right now. Later and later in the story, he'll probably get stronger and stronger. So, when he's born, the Celestials and the mutants, the Celestials will be at war with the mutants and humans. They'll be getting wiped out. But his father and mother, knowing that if Deku was found, then well, he'll be killed, decide to hide him. Decide to trap him in place. Decide to trap him in a coffin, knowing the high risk that he may get something. Something may go wrong. Because if you stay in a coffin for too long, that's how vampires are made. Knowing that Deku has a chance to get like some vampire genes, they wouldn't care. Vampires may have them down issues, but even if Deku became one, he's a Celestial, so he should be able to stay in the sun, they thought. Which is true. And then they put it in there. He will get vampires' abilities. Blood sucking, and the more people he drinks blood for him. Like, if he drinks the blood of All For One, he'll basically get, like, All For One's quirks abilities, but not his quirks, just like a part of him. Yeah. And also, if he drinks blood, he gets stronger and stronger. So, yeah. So, the Celestials were killed, and he was in the coffin. Deku, then a time skip to the present day. It's been 1,000 years since then. Mutants and humans have created this society where, well, mutants are looked down upon as monsters, and quirk users are looked upon as regular people who are strong. Don't get me wrong, the X-Men, they do exist, just like most of the people we know have already died long ago. Like Cyclops, Wolverine, they're all dead. But who said that they didn't have their blood left? And Professor X, he'll be dead, but you have a child. This child will be really smart, just like him. And this child while adventuring and finding stuff, he will find the coffin Izuku was sealed in. He'll grab the coffin and see marks of vampire, celestial, and mutant on it. His father telling him about the celestials, he will instantly know that this is gonna be a strong kid, and he's mutant, so he'll be able to train him a little bit. Then he got an idea. His son was not so good himself. He may act good, but he was evil. How I mean evil? He would experiment on humans. His father never knew because, well, as soon as his father died, well, he just went ham on it. And he will decide to do something. He's a vampire. It means the blood that touches him, he'll get their abilities. So he would go off and find blood for many people. He would have his hands on the blood of Eri, Overhaul, All Might, and All for One. He'll get their blood, and he'll get Wolverine's blood, Cyclops' blood, and you know the girl who could basically use like telekinesis? I don't remember her name. He'll get her blood. He would drop it all on Izuku's coffin, and it would begin to shake as Izuku gets his first taste of blood. It would start to shake, and it would stop, and then it would see signs. Quirk. And because he had All for One and All Might's quirk, All Might would sense that he's lost his quirk, but then he would sense Deku. Because let's just say, like, the people, if you switch it out, you automatically get a sense for the people, and he would sense that, so he would say, someone experimented with my blood. That's why I felt that prick when I was sleeping, but when I saw it, it just looked like it was like a prick from like a wood prick or something, like what was that, like when wood goes into your skin? I don't remember. But Deku would go, but as soon as that happened, the coffin door would slam open, and then it would hit Xavier's son. He's too powerful. He has all four. He has all three. All four, I mean. He's a freak of nature. He would grab a flame. He would grab a lighter, and grab a match, and then throw it into the coffin. Decide to burn him, since vampires die with fire or to the sun. But he will see the fire did nothing to Deku. Deku would get up and then slice off his head instantly. Deku would have the mind of a caveman, basically. But don't get me wrong, he's a fast learner. All Might also would sense that. And then the fire, it kind of made a burn mark on him. He just touched it, and they used rewind and changed it so that spot was never burned in the first place. And then he would go. He had the body you see in the picture. And yes, Awful probably would. That's some of his evil magic. It was magic, black flame. Okay, so Deku would come outside of the facility that he was in, and he would see mutants all around, and the mutants, as soon as they saw Deku, they felt this strange urge to bow, like he was royalty. And the closer and closer he got, the more the urge grew, until they gave up and just allowed the urge to happen, and they bowed. And then as soon as he was out of the vicinity, they're like, what was that? And then he would say, because I'm royalty. Surprising them, but the royal bloodline died out 1,000 years ago, because they knew about the royal bloodline. And he would say, I'm technically a bastard. My dad was the king of celestials, my mom was the queen of mutants. I was never supposed to be born in this world, but I am. So I will now destroy everything. And if you hear that shuffling, it's just me in the closet moving around a little bit. But get back to the what if Deku would get out, and then when he kills him, like those, let's say like one of the cops had like a quirk called like murder detection. Like if you murder someone in like a mile radius, you'll be instantly able to know. That's why he became a cop instead of like a hero, because it's kind of a useless quirk. It's a good quirk for like finding people, but like being a hero, no. And he trained it so it's able to do like 1 mile, which he would tell the pro heroes. Almost suspecting that this might be the kid, because he could sense it, he'd be like, I'll go too. Endeavor nowadays so gets sorted by All Might will come too. And then you'll see Deku walking out with his hands in his pockets, his hands to his side, and then they will feel a strange urge. Like, this guy is troubled, like, do not disobey him. But they'll just forget that urge, because, well, there's number 1 hero and number 2 hero. Be like, this guy should listen to us. Little do they know, they're nothing to him. No, I'm not gonna make him OP yet. But let's say he's like around Hawks' level when he's at full power. And he can still train to get stronger and stronger. So, he's still weaker than them, and then he will come out with his hands, his pockets, his hands right there. Then they'll be like, who are you? And then Deku just say his name. His name was Izuku. What? You guys can pick the last name, because this last name is gonna be royalty. As soon as they heard that, they'd be like, you're royalty. Because everyone had to learn about the history of, the Celestials and the mutants. Like, everyone had to learn the history about the royal families of all of them. As soon as they heard that, they would feel the urge come back, and they would be like, oh, sorry that we didn't recognize you, but like, it's been 1,000 years. You should be dead, they said. Were you like their son? Or something? Deku say, no. My father was the king of Celestials. My mother was the queen of mutants. They were the strongest in their kind. And I have some vampire in me from that damn coffin. And that person who experimented on me with blood, he gave me some quirks and some mutant powers. Now, my regeneration, if you were to cut off my head, it will grow back. It's a body part. You could literally erase me from you could literally set a nuke on me. I just need 1 cell, and I'll come back. They'll be like, yeah, it's because of his bloodline. Instantly, like, his things will get stronger. And since he just got the quirks, he's technically not royalty of quirks, so you have the same pace for quirks, okay? Because the royal bloodline is obviously the strongest. So, this is what happened. Deku Nezu was there. Nezu would come there and be like, you need to get into UA. And then they would tell him about UA heroes. Deku would decide to become a hero. But he was secretly planning something. What was he planning? To create a mafia. A mafia that basically was a kingdom. But they would tell him about all of the knowledge, and then he would hear about mafias. This would get him intrigued, and then he would hear about the mafia's doings, and then he would decide right there and then he would create his own mafia, and this mafia would have no opponents. That's what he wanted. So, Deku would listen to the mafia part and kind of skip over the other parts because they were boring to him. But he did not skip over, the history of the world and stuff, because that was actually interesting how far the technology advanced. And for a caveman, basically a caveman, he would be able to understand all of this perfectly without any misconception, anything. Like, Nezu asked some questions, and then he would put in stuff Nezu was not even telling him, but like he would just infer through the knowledge Nezu gave him. And now he basically has the history down pat because he has photographic memory. So Deku would just go and be like, I'll create my own mafia and be a hero. And you can decide his hero name. Yeah, so this is what you have to do. Decide the hero name, the mafia name. I'll decide the mafia name. The mafia name he's gonna start is gonna be let me see. You know what? I'm gonna think about it in part 2. In part 2 I'm gonna say it, cause he's not gonna start the mafia yet. If you wanna leave suggestions for the mafia name, go all in, cause I don't really care. And his hero name is gonna be, you know what? His hero name is gonna be Dark. His hero name is gonna be let me see. It has something to do with monarchy. The Emperor God. Yeah, Emperor God. That's his hero name. Emperor God. And some people call him E.G. I don't know. Emperor God, yeah. Emperor God. And Deku, he'll get that all later. But Deku will be like, I have my hero name. Because, oh no, I'm thinking my mafia name later. And my stuff, like, I know my name. I know the history of this world. I'll go to UA, but as soon as I'm off in my free time, I'm gonna be recruiting people. And let's say that the Celestials, because of the war, they were forced to, like, hide their abilities, and Deku can sense Celestials. The Celestials can sense him, but they're kind of scared because of the royal bloodline, and they're supposed to serve without doubt. So they were kind of scared that he might, kill them off. So right now they're just hiding, but they are there, and you might just meet and someone in UA is a Celestial, and that person is Kirishima. Yes, Kirishima is a Celestial. And his quirk, he classified as a quirk, but if he trained it strong enough, when you know how Unbreakable, he's basically that, but times like 100. His quirk is basically called, like, when he fully masters it, it's basically called, like, absolute armor, and you can basically not get any damage from anything. And he's basically the descendant of the Celestial of Defense. Yeah. And like there's different things, like the Celestial of Offense, the Celestial of Magic, the Celestial of Archery, like all of that stuff. And there's also, Sinso's actually related to the Celestial of Magic, since he uses brainwashing magic. Yes, and he uses brainwashing magic quirk. Okay? So Deku just going to think a class 1A, like, it's been like a month into the class, like the USJ already happened, like the sports festival already happened. Like Deku, it's just Deku's not there, like, and Bakugo got, no, last time I checked I gave Deku one for all, yeah, a multiplier quirk, yeah, I gave Deku it, last time I checked. No, I'm gonna do something. Because of the blood Deku has, it basically made a second one for all. And all for one, it basically made a second version of them, but like 100 times stronger. Yeah. Because of, the overpowerness of this Deku is immaculate. I'm out of my closet now for this part. So, then Aizawa will say, okay everyone, shut up, we have a new student. His name is Izuka, you put the last name for the royalty, and he's coming here. So, they would see Deku come out, and Deku would be like, hello, my name is Deku, you have to put that in, and Izuku, you have to put that in, and I will be here because of boredom. If I wanted to, I can kill some heroes, some high-ranking heroes, but if my skills are not good enough yet to kill All Might, and I don't really care about the hero society or becoming a hero, I just think it'll be an eyesore for me, something to pass the time. Everyone would think this guy is cocky. And Bakugo, Stop! You would get from bed. Get from bed and get all your stuff away from me. Oh my god, sorry guys for the disturbance in my little brother. But, so, everyone thinks, oh, this guy's cocky. He is very, very cocky. And Kirishima would just feel the connection and be and Deku, he'll feel the connection too. And then he'll just walk up to Kirishima and say, you must be the descendant of the Celestial of Armor, of Defense. And Kirishima's like, how did you know? And everybody would be surprised because Celestials, they're basically revealed as angels or gods. But him being a descendant of one could have really been a trip. And Deku would be like, I'm technically the king of Celestials, so you're technically one of my chieftains. So, well, my generals. So, just don't be bad at your job. And then he'll be like, yes, my lord? Should I call you that? Nah. You just call me Zook. You could just call me Deku. That was my nickname back in the day, 1,000 years ago. Anyway, I'll just sit right next to you, because nobody's sitting there. And you'll sit right next to Kirishima. Kirishima will be like, this guy's kind of chill. He'll be like, he's really manly with them muscles. And that. Anyway. So, Deku, he will miss most of it. And now it's time for, the hero thing. No, the sports festival did not happen yet. Yeah, sidetrack that. Because I need something to happen. And Todoroki is actually descendant of the Celestial of Fire and Ice, because Rei was the descendant of the Celestial of Ice, and Endeavor is descendant of the Celestial of Fire. So Todoroki will automatically be strong, because he's descendant of two strong Celestials, technically. Speaking into what they think Celestials are. Anyway. So, and Todoroki's son will sit by him and tell him he's a Celestial, and they will both know. And Deku will be like, and you too, Todoroki. Surprising Todoroki, and he's like, you're one of your generals too? Yeah, kid. Is your parents still alive? Yeah. Oh. Nice. Like a cookie. Slaps him in the head. Ow, that hurt. Yeah, I do that to everyone I meet, because I'm bored. Anyway, let us go. 1 month time skip. They've been training for the sports festival. Izuku would train too with Todoroki and Kirishima, and someone new added to the Celestial Squad, Meme. Momo would say, what about me? Am I related to Celestial? And like everyone asks that. Deku would just pull out some people. He pulled out Momo. You were the descendant of Celestial of creation. Very, very high in nobility, but not as noble to me. And Aizawa would be there like, am I one? Then he'd be like, yeah, you too, you're just, no, you're not Celestial at all. You're like, you have like a 1% Celestial in you, but you're not related to any high ranking Celestials. Not even one with a title. You're like the Celestial of like Corporation, like, it was fun, like, he didn't really need that Celestial, so like, he was just low class and everything else. Oh, dang. I guess I drew the short end of the stick, and you be not be training with us. Stick will say, oh, why would I need to train with kids? Trust me, you missed out because of that bloodline. Like, okay, not really caring that much, and just go back to sleep. And then he'll be like, who else has celestial blood? And then he'll be like, let me see. Nobody else. Let's see. Mina. No, Rock. Hell, not Uraka. No, yes, Uraka. Uraka, yeah. Now she's the celestial of gravity. High enough for Deku to notice her, but not high enough to be like a good celestial. He'll just say he likes her, kind of. And they, like, in this one was, like, they would have gotten stronger together, and they would start dating. Bakugo, he would just be like, why is he getting so much attention? I want all this attention. Oh my god, this damn Deku. With rage in his heart. But then he would think of saying, he made Uraka cheat on him because Deku's never given Uraka gifts. Okay? So, he would give her a gift, and then she basically just looks money. And well, they do something, they cheat on Deku. Deku would come back from his training with Todoroki, Momo, and like whoever else was a celestial, and he would see this and instant rage, and it would awaken something. His vampire fangs would come out, and his eyes would turn red. His eyes would turn red from the rage. And he would just punch Bakugo through the wall into the ground, causing a huge crater. And he'd be like, he look at Raka and say, well, Finis, I hate you. I hope you die. And that'll be a curse since he's basically the king of her place. So he'd be like, and like, she would lose all of her celestial blood. She'll still have gravity. It's just like all the progress she made with him gone, and also she lost all the celestial blood, multiplying the progress. So Deku would just be angry, and he'll go back. They'll see he's angry, and they've never seen him angry. Try to calm him down. He'll calm down and say, I know a way to get back at them. And then he'll look at Todoroki, Momo, and Mina, and who else? I forgot. No, those were the three, yeah. Text them and say, do you want to be part of my mafia? They'll see like, what's your mafia's name? And Deku's mafia name, insert what you guys said, what you guys a good comment, and well, that's his mafia name. They would join because of celestial blood and stuff, and like Deku would be like, okay, now you have training extra. And Deku, he would gain a new ability because of his rage, called Bloodlust. The more blood, if blood goes on him, he can soak it, he can absorb it, and use the blood to heal himself. Bloodlust. Yes, that's how this ability works. And if he hits you, he gains some of your health. He siphons some of your blood, basically like a siphon of health in like video games. But yeah, it's like a power. I'm on my AC. If it sounds bad, well, I apologize for that. But Deku would go on into a forest. And then he has Momo all in there, and then he said Momo to create a wall to drop some blood on his hand. No, you wouldn't need that. You have every single like Celestial's abilities, yes. And there's no space-time warping Celestial or like reality bending Celestial, whatever OP things you thinking of. No, just regular Celestial stuff. Regular like God stuff and angel stuff. So no breaking reality bending Celestials. But still strong enough to be noted after. Okay, so Deku used his abilities to create a big mansion that looked very small in the front. It just looked like a regular phone box, but with nothing near it. And as soon as they opened it, it would be a luxurious mansion. Like you might be thinking, how did he do that? Well, he used light. Because of the light source. He used light to make everything look invisible, and he used some powers of his to make it so if you walked around it, you won't be able to do it. So he's basically breaking some rules of reality. Well, he does not have battery bending yet.